do I need to preserve it as early as possible after diagnosis?
Well, I'm going to say yes to that, and that's not to panic people, okay? Most people at diagnosis have, you know, to all intensive purposes, normal cognition, so it's not really noticeable. They might feel a bit fatigued, but in terms of their performance, most of them, it won't actually show any effect of the MS. But the point is that, you know, you're on this sort of trajectory, you're on this line, and so the more you can do to slow up the slope of that line and slow up the progress of that line, the longer you're going to be happy, healthy, functioning well. And so it's about staying on, you know, the right track as long as you can. Mm-hmm. So I would say if you have just been diagnosed, I know there's a lot to deal with, but if you really, you know, if you really want to take MS by the throat and give it a tough time, which I like to recommend people I see do, mm-hmm. then, you know, bang on, let's start right now, mm-hmm. you know, war on MS, and let's get those positive lifestyle changes going, and let's keep everything as positive and good and active and functional as possible for as long as possible.
Fantastic. And in terms of lifestyle changes to make immediately in the aftermath, what would you suggest are the most kind of positive and effective to really, as you say, kind of get it under control and get it to grips and really kind of accept it and deal with it as much as you can? Well,
most people at diagnosis, obviously there's an issue about medication, so clearly getting the medication sorted out, making sure that the MS is monitored while you're on the medication, making sure that you get the medication that you need and that you take it properly. And I know that sounds hugely nannyish, and I'm always being faced by GPs who say, "Oh, you're taking these documents as recommended," and I always think, you know, that I always feel like giving a clever answer to that. But it is really important that that side of things is managed properly, and if you're in a system or you're with a group of health professionals where you're not getting the best help, the right help, what you deserve, then it really is worth, although it's hard, to make the effort to go to find a group of health professionals, a GP or a clinic or a service where they're going to do it properly for you. So don't compromise on the treatment. Don't accept second best. After that, the positive lifestyle changes are the things that, you know, we've perhaps spoken about. So it's build in aerobic exercise 3 times a week. Maybe even join a club or join a walking group or whatever's right for you and your group. Build in some kind of cognitive challenge. So, you know, we've talked about, you know, chess clubs, story writing clubs, art classes, something which kind of is quite, you know, demanding. Maybe even learn another language or maybe, you know, brush up your Spanish for your holidays, you know, something which is new and challenging. If you play a musical instrument, maybe you do, then maybe learning a new piece of music every month is good, you know, so it's all about challenging and doing something new. And obviously all the normal health issues about managing any diseases you've got, diabetes, cardiovascular, eating a healthy diet, keeping a healthy weight, all of those things. They sound easy, maybe they're not so easy, but they're all stacking up credit in the bank for you when the MS pathology starts rolling out. You see, that's your war chest against the MS pathology, and it works.